With nearly 9 million subscribers, popular YouTuber Lauren is crafting her very own empire.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel.
Her channel, LaurDIY, captivates her audience with original decor designs, thrift shop flips, and DIY challenges.
So cute! Dollar store DIY challenge. Crushed it.
And guess what? She caught the attention of HBO and now has her own show.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren and welcome to Craftopia. Let's get crafting.
Lauren, your energy is infectious. She joins us now from her home in LA. I mean, I feel you when you're going through it and the crafting and the DIY turn out right. Let me ask you, you have, by the numbers now, what, 9 million people following you on social media. You've got this YouTube channel, over, what's it, 12 million more followers on TikTok. I can't even keep up with all this. The Instagram, all of it, people love you. And I'm curious, do you think when you're looking at your crafts at Target and Walmart, that people are doing this because we're bored, or we just realize that the accomplishment of putting something together means something? What do you think is behind this?
I mean, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, we definitely have more free time, which is nice. And I'm so glad that people are choosing their free time to do crafting, which is so fun. And then I do think that there's a level of empowerment, behind being able to make something yourself and loving the process and loving the outcome.
I mean, truly, you couldn't have seen this opening 9 years ago when you actually started LaurDIY. What made you want to start it?
So I was in college and, just like not loving my program. It wasn't as creative as I had originally thought it to be. And so I really just started this whole thing as a creative outlet and something to do in between classes to kind of keep my creative spirits flowing.
Do you remember your first thing that you put together?
You know what? It was actually like a DIY no heat hair tutorial for curls, and then there was like a skull cut t-shirt transformation.
Right. I was actually trying to think of the first DIY because I've been in TV for, oh my goodness, 30 years, and I'm trying to remember my very first, but I don't. But I do know that sensation of when you finally accomplished it and it's done, and you're actually bragging that you put together, as I did this summer, a whole Adirondack chair. I'll talk about that in a second. But meanwhile, you've got this podcast. Congratulations. How do you combine the podcast world with the crafting culture that we're seeing?
So I think my craft channel, like LaurDIY, is very personality based. So the podcast is really an extension of that, where we can talk about, anything from relationships to lifestyle stuff. It's co-hosted by my boyfriend. So it's a lot of advice giving. Oh yeah, there he is.
Is he a good crafter? Does he have craft skills?
No.
No?
Oh my God. He's just like not allowed in the craft room whatsoever.
So you fell in love with a non-crafter. I think that makes two of us. You have this show, Craftopia. I am also obsessed with this because getting kids excited about doing things and as you said, that accomplishment is the spirit of the show. Let's look at one of the clips from the show.
I want to show the judges that wow factor.
Oh my gosh!
I am a crocheting master.
Our crafty whiz kids will attempt to win $5,000. It's a lot of crafts. And our Craftopia.
Wow, I love Craftopia! This is a craft-tastrophe.
I think your creativity was awesome. We don't want you to ever stop being your awesome, creative self.
I don't want them to stop either, Lauren. I could hang out with all the kids, especially, the crochet master. Full disclosure, when my team told me about what you're going to show us today, I did cringe a bit because tie-dye, I think of, Woodstock and me twisting a T-shirt and putting rubber bands and me and my cousins dipping it into some dye. But you have a cool way to turn what some people might see as corny into something pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. And so, like, full disclosure, I feel like tie-dye is fully back. Like, it's so crazy popular now. It's insane. Like, I've never seen a trend blow up like this.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. We are ice tie-dyeing.
Ice tie-dyeing. And it's literal. Okay, it's literal here. I've got my T-shirt with me as well.
Yep. So all you're going to do is bunch it up. And so traditionally, like you mentioned, you're used to like spiraling and tying it off and, like trying to make that whole like rainbow effect.
Okay. All right. So we put it on I have a cookie tray in front of me and another smaller tray in the cookie tray with a rack. Is that the setup?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's the setup. So I've got a grated cooking rack here.
Okay.
And essentially, you just need something for the melted ice and water to fall through.
Okay, and I've got my ice here. So that's the trick. You take the ice and pour it over the item that you're going to tie-dye. Again, having something when the ice, because the point of this is that the ice does melt. Now, you use dye. So I've got my dye in hand. Purple is my favorite color. So
Perfect.
I just squeeze it over the ice.
Yep.
All right?
Yep. Yep, you got it.
And
you
then,
got it.
and as the ice melts, my creation will come to be. I'm moving far away from this because we didn't have a cute apron made by Lauren, so I didn't want to put on some busted apron. Okay, so you spray as much as you want on the ice melts. As the ice melts, your creation is made, and at the end of the day, what do you end up with?
I mean, so you've got a little sample here. I've got one behind me here. And essentially the ice dilutes the dye so that it creates like some lighter purples and some darker purples. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. You got the blue going. Mine's purple back here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and then you wash this and it's done. Voila.
Yes. So once the ice melts, you're gonna let the dye sit for minimum 8 hours before rinsing out the excess dye and throwing it into the wash by itself. And
that's key. Throw it in the wash by itself. Lauren, congratulations on the podcast, the show on HBO, the great tips that you're giving. I'm gonna take my tie-dye shirt, put a little belt around it, and may wear it this weekend. Thank you, Lauren. We really appreciate your tips.